Viagra Boys is fast becoming one of my favourite bands, like, ever. Definitely one of my favourite bands currently producing music, and they are back at it again with a third single for their upcoming album, Viagra Boys, called The Bog Body. I was anticipating this one because about a week ago, I think, he did, Seb from Viagra Boys did an episode of Justin Hawkins Rides Again where they did an interview, and they both happened to serendipitously be in London at the same time, and Seb said that he was there because they were filming this music video, and he then proceeded to basically spoil the concept of the video because he was like, oh, I'm pretty sure this video will be out before the Justin Hawkins one was, which obviously proved to not be true, but it was quite interesting. He said a couple of interesting things about the sort of production thing where he was like, yeah, no, we just kind of like roll up, film it, smash it together in a couple of days, and you know, the label's like, you need to have, say, I don't know, 3 music videos out in the next month or 2 months or whatever it is, and we just kind of turn up and do it as and when, and I guess maybe the editing on this one took longer than they anticipated, or the film, I don't know. It's I'm not going to spoil anything in the head of it, but the concept of this video sounds distinctly to be honest. We'll have to see. It's giving me, well, okay, no, let's just jump in. I've not seen it before, so we'll see. I'll reserve my thoughts until afterwards, but I have absolutely adored the previous 2 singles that Viagra Boys released in the cycle. Man Made of Meat and Uno 2 were both absolutely fantastic. I'm fully obsessed with both of them. I know most of the words. I'm really having a bit of a Viagra Boys moment at the moment, so yeah, very excited. Let's jump on in and listen to The Bog Body. Also grateful. People in the comments universally agreed that the shrimp tech stuff, or shrimp in general, is referencing to drugs. People seem to not be consistent about which drug. I heard heroin, I heard meth, and some other thing that's just called shrimp, but supposedly that's the origin. It's a drug reference, and they've kind of turned this new shrimp tech enterprise into a bit of their thing. I think they want, you know, eventually maybe to have a label and that kind of stuff, which is cool. I like it when bands sort of like start their own little enterprise, so to speak. It's very cinematic compared to, well, yeah, Uno 2 specifically. It's a scary cat. Ah, okay. I love how, like, campy, it really is a good facsimile of the sort of old school Hammer horror style. Oh, hello. Did he just pee on the floor? It looked like he just peed on the floor. Okay. Oh my god! If what I think I'm looking at right now is meant to be a breasts, I guess is the nice way of putting that, that's a very funny joke to stick with for this entire video. What the fuck? Okay. Oh, it definitely is. What? You can't believe it. Okay. They found a body buried under the ice. It is in pristine shape. Her hair and nails still look really nice. So we're going back down the more sort of traditionally punky route. I know some people get annoyed when you say Viagra Boys are punk. I still think you can't argue that they've got punk influences, but I have heard them say that they consider themselves a rock band. But anyway, it's definitely got that slightly more aggressive, more really distorted guitar compared to something like Uno 2. It's just the variation just within these 3 singles is wild. How come you are upset? Do you think she's a threat to you? I can't help if I'm impressed. It has nothing to do with you. You are consumed by jealous. They have such a crazy thick sound when they want to. You just suddenly get that saxophone coming in on one of your ears at the same time that the keyboard starts doing some quite, I don't know, janky stuff. You know, they're not just playing consistent chords. There's a lot of like sort of picking around and effects on there, and it really thickens out that sound. What the hell are you on about? Do you even know the difference between a swamp and an ancient bog? What a great lyric. Do you even know the difference of a swamp and an ancient bog? That's the kind of thing you don't expect to hear shouted at you whilst watching a mummy vape. But you were pickled in a swamp, you would decompose. definitely singing about falling in love and finding a bog body sexy, right? That is that is what this song is about. They like so commit to this as a premise. And also on the side note, the woman who is playing the bog, or the dancer, I'm going to guess, who is playing the bog body, she's great. She's getting a lot. You can see she's having fun doing this. And I bet you it was an unusual and fun acting gig to get, full stop. But she's got a lot of charisma.
You are obsessed with the bog body. You are consumed by jealousy. You are obsessed with the bog body.
That woodblock in the background is genius. It only comes in a couple of times as duh, 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 but it really cuts through, despite being quite subtly mixed, but it syncs up really, really well with how some of the vocals land, like the rhythm of the melody as well. It's a very subtle and clever bit of songwriting to try and highlight sort of key lines to bring it to the listener's attention more. It's awesome. He's just saying she's so old, she's so old. Oh no, not more vomit. I'm gonna make this video not monetizer friendly. Oh my god. This took a turn. Oh, the transition there as it came back into that chorus, and you've lost most of the bass stuff of that previous section. It's just basically Seb freaking out and screaming, and you've got the piano, the keyboard lines going absolutely crazy in one ear. But you drop out a lot of that kind of warmth and roundness of that sound for that bit, and the drums working at double time, and then to suddenly open back out again for this final chorus. You got your brass back. It's again, it's just the subtlety in the songwriting is absolutely not underrated, but it doesn't run at the forefront, but it's absolutely there. It's one of the things that makes Viagra Boys so good. So the Bog Body has now replaced him in the band. Okay. Now we're going to have old Seb peeing. I'm in awe. Every time I don't think I can get shocked, I am. Like, just how does a concept like that go from start to finish? Like, and then is produced like really, really well. Again, the subtlety of the songwriting is fantastic. You can now I know that the bassist for Viagra Boys has quite a large part of the sort of like instrumental songwriting. You can kind of tell because he really roots everything. Like the guitars are far more of a sort of decoration. The bass and the drums would just hone down the sort of like vibe of the entire song. And then you just have these other fun instruments, barely any backing vocals to be fair, and then a very charismatic Seb screaming over the top of it a lot of the time. It's a formula that I don't know why it doesn't feel like it should work as well as it does, but it really does, and it's just carried off with such like swagger and panache and just balls out craziness. Like, I did not expect today to be watching a video about him essentially falling in love with a corpse. I'm gonna assume based on the lyrics, sleeping with said corpse and then being thrown up upon it, by it. Like, that is crazy for a mainstream-ish band. You know, it's not like Viagra Boys are small anymore. They're touring with Queens of the Stone Age. It's awesome. I just love how little they seem to care, and that seems to bleed into their real lives as well. Every time I've heard, well, one of the few times I've seen interviews with any of them, they seem to really, there's not so much of a persona, to be honest. It's honest, I think, is actually like part of the appeal. And then the videos are well executed and bizarre. I mean, just the creative decision to have her have these like dried out, mummified boobs sort of like coming off the front of her. like, where do you even find a costume designing company to make that? It's great. I cannot wait for this album. It comes out in like a month after recording this. I will definitely be sitting down and listening through the entire thing, and I'll probably make a video about it too, and then I'm going to obsess over it. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments which of these most recent 3 Viagra Boys songs are your favourites. I don't know. At the end of seeing Uno 2, I was like, I'm upset. I think Man of Meat is better. But actually, having had a couple of weeks to listen to that, I am now not sure which one I like the most. I think it's a good thing. It's a good indication of the album. But yeah, no, I'm just like slowly opening up my Viagra Boys knowledge. I've sort of like found the song ADHD and the song Sports the other day, and they're now part of my regular rotation. So any other suggestions, Viagra Boys based or not, let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all of that crazy stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.